Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Market Pulse for Other Indices. My name is Ajit Mauli, the founder and mentor at LearnPriceActionTrading.com. Let's take a look at what most of the indices are doing and what they're likely to do this week ending 10th October 2021. All right, let's begin with the auto index. Again, this index last week, as expected, went up and closed bullish. So this is a very typical scenario of a breakout likely to happen. But since it's a higher time frame zone like a monthly chart, we need to wait for more price action since price is unable to cross nearly 11,000. It has made a lot of attempts. So we'll have to wait for prices to first go clear of this supply, and on a pullback we'll buy. Those who are holding, it's still a valid long. Maybe we can go in a little bit deeper this time. The new areas of demand have been formed, so you can take a look at buying. If prices pull back this month to, let's say, around 10,200, that's where you can look at buying on this for a short term. We'll see it on the smaller time frame. On the weekly chart, let me delete everything. So on the weekly chart, prices were trending down. We shifted the trend. Prices came and that's prices came and in this we got a re-entry. Prices went up, but now they are holding the supply. So as long as this supply is holding, we are now high on the curve for Nifty Auto. If you are in any auto stocks, make sure that you trail your profits. And it's a wise idea to even book some partial profits at that point in time. If we come down again here, we can look at buying some of the stocks. We take a look at on the smaller time frame, and that will be clear. So on this daily chart, this is a very strong up move that we have had on the in the auto stocks. This is a pullback. We got in at this area of demand zone. So avoid shorting the auto stocks. Maybe this time it is likely to start moving up further, higher, and probably attack this area of supply zone. So maybe good point to hold your longs till 10,900. Where can we join some of the stocks here? That's the area where you can look to rejoin the auto stocks. Once the index hits this area of demand zone, you'll have a lot of the auto index components in the trading in that demand zone. So you can look to enter at around 10,575 and target 10,900. So bullish outlook. As long as we are not going beyond this, we can expect a pullback. But once we go beyond this, then look at new levels to go long. Energy now an all-time high again. No pullback. Last month closed bullish. This month it again has started continuing its run up. So nothing has changed. We still wait for pullback on the monthly chart for our positional trades. But there'll be, of course, some of the positional trades on individual stocks. You'll have to go and figure out which stock is now started to move, and you can capture that. But those stocks which have run up quite a lot, there is no point in chasing them. We'll have to wait for pullbacks in that stock before we do that. On the weekly, we have new demand zones formed here. So a pullback to around 2,200, 22,000, 21,900 or 22,000. That's where we can initiate new swing positions. Stocks, this is too overextended. Avoid chasing. Daily, again, if you see, it's just going non-stop, primarily probably driven by Reliance. So new longs at these areas of demand zone here again at around 22,000, the same area. Here in this area, you can do short-term income, intraday trading or short-term income longs at this area of demand zone around 22,900. But remember, this is going to be very risky as it is pretty overextended. So nothing great. Be stock specific in the energy sector. Look for pullbacks to around 22,000 to go long. CNX Finance. Now CNX Finance has given a new high and is consolidating on the monthly chart. After giving this new high, it is consolidating here. Wait for a pullback, which is quite possible if it starts losing more momentum. So that's the area of demand zone where you can initiate new swing positions or positional trades quite far as of now. On the weekly chart, we had a very strong bearish candle on Weekly now, there will be smaller time frame supply zones on the on this index, so you'll have to trade carefully. Once this demand zone on the weekly breaks, avoid longs till we reach somewhere close to 17,100. That's the monthly demand zone. On the daily chart, we still don't have any real supply actually. Prices came, consolidated, broke out, came back, retested, broke out, again came back. Here and then started moving up. So it's still not breaking anything. So you can plan short-term income longs in some of the financial services stocks, maybe like a Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, or even an HDFC, LIC Housing Finance. They're all good stocks. Swing positions can be initiated at this point where we'll have the overextension complete and prices will again start moving up from that area of demand zone. On the 75-minute chart, where can we join this stock? This is the area where you will join. Maybe aggressive traders can enter somewhere close to 18,200 in some of the financial services stocks. Conservative traders wait for a pullback here. Once we come here, we'll again retest this, and that is a time probably we will break off. If we break off from here, then you'll have to wait for this supply to be breached. Once this supply is taken off, again new highs, which is likely that the supply will go up because we are coming from a daily demand zone. So the smaller time frame supply zones may not hold, but short-term trades, if you go long here, that is where you're going to have your first targets. And based on your risk management, you can even get out at this point for first, then the remaining position here. But looks like it is shifting trend, get a pullback, go long on the financial services. FMCG. Now, this is a little bit weaker sector. I'm expecting some more profit booking happening or a move down. Very overextended again, like the energy sector. The next demand zone is very, very far on the monthly chart, which is close to around 3,500 points. So, quite far as of now. On the weekly, if you see, that's the next area of demand zone from where we went up. Again, I don't call these as great areas of demand zone, but here is where you can initiate some short-term income longs because prices would have traveled quite a few distance, and then you will definitely get a bounce for short-term income longs on some of the FMCG stocks. No supply, but rejections coming in. So be cautious about the FMCG stocks for the long side. Longs will be based on confirmation. That's an area of demand zone on the daily where let it come inside, and as it moves out, then you can plan along. Don't be in a hurry to go long in this. Once we come below 39,000, then you can get aggressive because this is going to be in the weekly demand zone, so a bounce will definitely be available. But as like Nifty, everything is showing a similar phenomenon. So for short-term income trades, you can use this demand zone area for short-term income trades. Now, this is going to be a little aggressive, but choose your stocks appropriately in the FMCG sector, which are showing good bullishness and are not falling with this fall, and or which have provided confirmation, and then go long to target this. That's going to be your first target on the FMCG index. Okay, so that's the range for FMCG index. You're low on the curve, pull back, you can take some aggressive longs, and 41,000 approximately is going to be infra. Again, the one of the bullish sectors. We are in the monthly supply, but as expected, it is going in deeper, likely to break this and go up. But since it's run up one way, chasing this will be a little risky. So you can do intraday or short-term income longs because we are in higher time frame supply. So swing longs may not be wise. But once we break this on a pullback, you can again go long here. So as of now, your weekly areas of buying are still pretty lower. That's this area. But you might, since the momentum is strong and it is likely to go up further, you might look at some of the stocks which are showing you turn in prices and go long there. That those stocks would be good. But remember, it's a supply zone which has held the prices for quite some time, so don't be in a hurry to be a buyer. If you are in a position, hold on, keep trailing. We might probably break this and start moving up further, but that's the area of demand zone. If we break this, if we don't break that, then your entry points will be somewhere close to 43 32. That's the area of demand zone on the monthly chart where you would probably like to go long if that supply is not breached. Weekly, now if you see after that strong move again, we are losing momentum. But since this is a very strong trending stock, I'm not going to short or not advise you to short. Let it break this, then pull back. This is the best area to go long. Till then, you just need to hold on or get into some aggressive short-term income setups. So if you see, it's just holding this. The moment we go below 5,000, you could see an acceleration, and probably that's the area where it will come to before you get a good bounce. So this is the area you might want to do some STIs, that is short-term income longs. Everywhere else, it's going to be very, very aggressive. You have another area of demand zone where you can do intraday trading, but STI longs here and swing longs at around 43, 30. Bullish, but the aggressiveness is now increasing since we are just going one way. Wait for pullback. So if you want to get into some stock and which has more room for profits, wait for pullback to around 5,030 and then target about 5,100. So that is the room that you can play on the infra. So bullish, wait for pullbacks. If you're holding, hold it. IT. Now, this is like another sector which was an all-time high, along with FMCG. This was also coming down last week. So that's all the gains given up, but very, very bullish, overextended. Next demand zone is very, very far. We'll have to see how this month pans out. If being the result season, probably there'll be some volatility in the IT stocks, and with the trend, it might keep moving up. On the weekly, if you see, we have hit a very nice weekly demand zone. That's the demand zone that we have come to. A pretty good demand zone, but this is a very bearish price action. So there'll be supply zones on smaller time frames. Depending on the reward to risk, you can start initiating short-term income longs once we start moving up, have a follow through on the smaller time frames. No supply zone on this time frame, but obviously our targets will be somewhere close to 36,500 and 37,000. So when we come to the daily chart, that's the area of demand from where we went and gave a new high. Prices came pretty quick, but then we are forming a base here. So if you see prices have stopped falling and have started consolidating, that's a good sign, because this could lead the market to this index to the upside all the way up till 37,000. That's where you have your daily supply zone. So this is a keen watch. Wait for some more confirmation, and then you can aggressively go long. If I have to show you on the smaller time frame, that's the area of demand zone from where this index is moving. That's the main area of demand zone. But still, the trend is down on daily and smaller time frames. Because of that, once we close beyond, let's say, about 35,600, there'll be smaller time frame supply zones definitely. Then we can, if we go like this up tomorrow on a pullback to this area again, then you can initiate longs and target this. So you'll have to play target to target in this, but this supply zone I'm not too concerned about, since it's in the middle of this daily range. Once we go beyond this pullback, or it could happen that we will go up, hit that supply, come back because there'll be new demand zones formed, re-enter long positions, and then target this. Avoid shorting because it's sort of holding prices. Look for more confirmations and initiate long positions in the IT sector. Choose your stocks accordingly based on news and results and stuff. Media again, bullish, has again started to move up. After that Z Limited merger with Sony, strong move up. Again, we are trying to move up. Still some more room for us to go to the supply zone. On the weekly chart, again, if you see, we had a nice big rally candle, then consolidation, and we'll have to see how this week closes. But looks like it is probably headed towards again 23, 25. Maybe look at stocks like TV Broadcast 18 or even Z for that matters. Longs only here at around 2000. That's where you can initiate long, or if you're aggressive at that gap level, because that's significant demand. So maybe prices will come test here somewhere in the middle and then start moving up. But good room till at least 2337 to 2340 for the long side. Avoid short still because we have more room to go up. So if you want to aggressively initiate long positions again, that is what is holding up the index right now, and probably new areas of demand. This is where you can initiate new longs and target 2330, 2340. Okay, bullish outlook, wait for pullback and go long. The star of today, metals. Now, metals are showing good move to the upside. If you see on the monthly, this is the first demand zone from the current market price, an all-time high index. Came back, hit this demand zone, and all orders eaten up, and prices are nicely moving up. So bullish. It's the only problem is it's range bound on the weekly, and we are now coming into the higher range. The moment we break and close beyond, let's say 59.50, that's the area where we are holding up on the weekly. If we close beyond this, then we could see further new highs in a lot of the metal stocks. So if you're holding metal stocks, continue holding. New long positions, it'll be a little aggressive since we are still not aware whether the supply zone will hold or it'll push prices back. Now, in case it pushes the prices back to this weekly demand zone, this is where you can again initiate new long positions, some of the metal stocks, and eventually it will break to the either side, since the trend is up, likely to break to the upside along with all the indices. Weekly, daily, if you see after the strong fall, stabilize around that area of demand zone, had an initial move, then came back, refilled, and now it's showing a good strong. Just that it has closed in that supply zone from where it has been moving down, but probably some more room left. Or maybe this time it can happen that we might just go all the way to this edge and then drop down. So if you're holding long positions, continue holding. Any weakness, you might want to trail your long positions in the metal. Cash people don't have to worry. This is primarily for short-term income FNO traders. It's wise if you have gone long in these areas on the metals, then it's wise to book at least partial profits at this area. So bullish outlook, will have to wait for some more pullback price action. That's so once it comes to around 5600, new long positions can again be initiated in the metal sector. So that 5600 is that area here. So this is the area of demand zone from where we can again initiate long positions. So once we take off this area of supply, then there's a good likelihood that it will probably retest the all-time high, because here this supply has been pierced. So appears beyond this, then long, those who are holding longs, continue holding it. Maybe we'll get a new high. Those who want to get in, wait for the stock to pull back to around 55.50 levels, this index, and then go long in some of the individual stocks. Mid cap, the dream run continues again after that fall, new high scale, no supply zone, monthly demand zones pretty far so far. As of now, monthly demand zone is pretty far. That's where new swing positions can be taken. But remember, this is also very overextended. There is no point chasing this. Investments can wait or be stock specific for investments. Don't chase stocks that have already hit all-time high and are just going up in this euphoria. You might get caught into it. You can trade short-term income, but swing positions, wait for pullbacks. No supply zone, so avoid shorting. Uh, on the daily chart, if you see after this drop, we gave a new high, we came, but the fall was smaller and now the rise is higher. So new demand formed. That's the area where you can initiate new short-term income longs on some of the common mid-cap stocks, which have very good volume. Maybe this might go all the way to 31,100 to 200. So wait for pullbacks and then go long. Since it's an all-time high stock, no point chasing. So that's the area of demand zone where I might initiate some quick short-term income longs in the mid-cap stocks. So bullish outlook, wait for pullback. Pharma. Now, this again was the star today. After that consolidation on the monthly, finally it broke out. Though this month is not yet over, but on smaller time frames, you'll have real good demand zones coming in. This is still the original demand where you can initiate good swing positions on the pharma index. Weekly, we just managed to close. Now, this week is not closed. We don't know. Maybe this week again, it might go up and then come down and close below this. Then that's bearish for the pharma index. So that level of 14,750 to 800 is critical. As long as the pharma index closes beyond that on the weekly basis, this is bullish. Any pullback, you can initiate then new long positions here. If you fail to pull back, come fall back on the original level, which is 13,650. So waiting time for some of the pharma index, but you might have some pharma index like maybe Glenmark and other stocks which are pretty much down, and look for some confirmation on those index. Divi's Lab and all have gone pretty fast. There's no point in chasing. Look for pullbacks in Dr. Reddy. Look for pullbacks probably in Glenmark, Sun, whatever is bullish and give, and you have been tracking. Now that's a daily chart. We finally closed beyond that consolidation top on the daily chart, but remember weekly is yet to happen. We might still go up and towards the end close below this. So aggressive short-term income longs, if we get a pullback tomorrow or day after, you can initiate, but those will be short-term income in nature. Once we have a weekly close about this, then you can use the same area to go build into a pretty good swing position. Otherwise, we'll have to fall back on 13,600. So bullish outlook, we need to wait for more short-term income traders. That's the area where once we hit, you can initiate long positions, a little bit aggressive, but valid. And that's where you can initiate a little bit of conservative, because that's the area from where the trend shifted, went up, and might retrace back. So around 14,400 to 14,300, good areas for us to long, provided we close this week bullish. So more waiting time for pharma index. PSC sector, this is again the public enterprise, public sector enterprise, continuously moving. Last month was bullish. This month we made a new high, but we have a good supply, so we have to be careful. Don't chase stocks or be aggressive. Once we get in here, probably the index could consolidate, come down a little bit gradually over a period of a couple of months or 2 months, and then move out. So we have enough time for to get into long in some of the PSU index. Right now, very overextended. If you're holding some of the stocks, continue holding it. That's the area of supply which I think is very is what will give us a pullback to our demand zones here. So I'm waiting for that supply to hold and we can go long in these areas. So these are all demand zones stacked one above the other, and new zones that have been formed. We are very high on the range. Avoid new longs, avoid shorts. If you're holding some stocks or positions, continue holding them and trail it. As long as we are not breaking any demand zones, you continue holding it. The moment we break some demand zone on daily or 75, start exiting your aggressive positions. Cash positions can still be held, and on a pullback, you can add more position here. So daily, very high on the curve, new longs only once we come closer to 38.50, 38.70. Uh, there's no point chasing this. The moment we break this low of about 4,065, there'll be a sharp fall here. Then that is when you can initiate some counter trend shorts quickly on the PSC index. I mean, if you are an aggressive trader, I will avoid. I'll just wait for pullbacks. That's where I'm going to add good positions in swing cash. Again, probably will then get a new high. So bullish, avoid shorts unless stock specific, and wait for pullbacks for new longs. Now, I've been speaking about this index for some time, that this is a very bullish index. Every pullback should be used to be a buyer. I'm not too concerned about this. In probably this month or next month, we might break and move beyond 2735 on the PSU index. On the monthly chart, that's the demand zone right now where we pulled off and are trying to move up. Now, if we go and close this month bullish, probably at around 2900, we'll have new demand zones. That's where we can initiate new long positions, because once this supply gets breached, on the monthly, then higher targets are opened up for this index. So probably we might then go all the way to 3490. That's quite a bit of there's a lot of room for this index to move up, but only once we close close beyond this supply zone or take off this supply zone. So if you see, once the move started, we went all the way up here. After that, for few months, it was difficult for it to break. But let's see whether this time it is able to break. Right now, the first hurdle is going to be 2580. Once we close beyond 2580, probably then we will start moving towards upside. If let's say we fail to do it and come back here in this area, stock specific longs can be initiated in the PSU index. So this is a very bullish thing. If you see after that supply, first time we came and gave a new low. Second time higher low, again higher low. We're moving up. So watch out this key level 2650. We break that and we move higher at least till 34, 33 on the weekly chart. Bullish outlook on this index, a little bit high on the curve. Avoid chasing. On the daily as of now, that's still the area of demand zone where you can initiate longs. If we get resisted at this 26,000 area, we'll pull back again here. So somewhere close to 2,400 is where you can initiate new long positions, or maybe just buy simply PSU bank these, because we have about 3,500 as the target for positional trades. Short-term income, maybe stock-specific shorts, but looking at the markets, avoid shorts till we get some confirmation. If you want to join some of the stocks for short-term income trading in the PSU index, once we take this 2580 high, these are your areas of demand where you can go long. But if we fail, then fall back on the original level, that is this area. That's where you can then look at some more price action and initiate longs on the PSU index. So bullish outlook, pullback needed to initiate new long positions. Those who are already holding it, continue holding. Realty index, again, it has broke out of this decade-long consolidation. So the momentum is strong, good chances that it might still further move up. But new long positions will be again risky. Short-term incomes allowed, but swing positions, you'll have to wait for the index to pull back all the way to this demand zone. Don't say that it will not pull back. It can easily pull back, but it'll take some time. So that's where we'll have to be more patient with getting in higher probability setups. Enough room for this index to move up. Aggressive longs on smaller time frame pullbacks are still going to be valid. On the weekly chart, so that's a monthly chart. On the weekly chart, bullish trend, again, same monthly area below 435 where you can initiate long. Right now, if you see, we are trading within this area of supply zone on the realty index, which I don't think is going to pose any strict thing. But what I would like is this supply, probably this goes in deeper and then starts turning down on the break of, let's say, 480. On a smaller time frame, there'll be a demand zone which is holding price. Once we break this, then we will come back to 420, 430 levels where new swing longs can be initiated on the realty index. So if you see on the daily chart, we're just consolidating at that edge. There is also a good possibility that if markets remain bullish and start moving up, this guy might also start moving up. Other than that, that's the area of demand zone, which as long as this is holding, it will still move up. But once we break this, then we have enough room for this index to come down. So selective stocks based on confirmation, you can short all the way up to this point. So it's consolidating. So probably there are no new positions that can be created. You just have to wait. The small cap index, just like mid cap index, this one is also super rallying. New demand zone positional trades on the monthly are at around 8,600, which is again quite far and probably not likely to come anytime soon. Maybe this area there'll be some weekly demand zones. So if you take a look, that's the area of demand zone which is still holding up. That's our demand zone where it is still holding up. So next longs, maybe at these areas for swing positions, no supply, no shorting. On the daily chart, this is the area where short-term income longs can be initiated. If you, let's say tomorrow or day after tomorrow, get a pullback, let's say tomorrow it goes up, consolidates, then we come back here, new longs for a new high. This is again short-term income. Swing longs still below positional longs still below 11,000 and swing longs at around 10,600 since we have a new high. Same thing is depicted here on the smaller time frame 75-minute chart. Nifty Private Bank, again, this was a little bit subdued today compared to the PSU Bank, because Bank Nifty today didn't move because of these guys like Axis, ICICI, and though they were up, they have not significantly up like an SBI or a Bank of Baroda or a Canara Bank. So this is still holding prices to the downside, unable to go up. close beyond this will be extremely bullish. But right now we are moving up from an area of demand zone. Trend is up. No shorts allowed other than intraday. So this is the last week's price action, which was a little bit weaker compared to the other indices. We came back a week before that to this weekly demand zone, went up again, opened up, gave a new, went beyond the prior top, but we failed to close beyond the all-time high. So though the trend is up, maybe some more price action before you can initiate some aggressive long positions, expecting this index to move up. On the daily, we have this supply area. So that becomes our first target for short-term income. So if you are going to long some of the private bank stocks at that area of, at this area, or you're already long, that's going to be your first target. New longs can still be initiated once we come here, because prices could remain considered in this. It might not be easy for it to break 18,700 unless the whole indices start collapsing. Uh, Look for pullbacks, go long. That's your first target. Once you breach this, new highs, and will be very easy for us to trade. Right now, if you see, that's the intraday range for you for the private banks. We need this supply zone to be breached. That is 19,700. Once we close beyond this, then it's bullish. Then this supply can still again pose problems. So let's say we have this, we move out, hit that, maybe test deeper, come back, then this is the area where you can initiate long. But if we hold this supply and come back, fall back on the original level, that is here, this is a reaction to the prior original level, but you can initiate new long positions. There is a chance that some of these indices could remain range bound between this. So you can short here, go long here as intraday traders. For swing positions, need to wait till this area or that supply is breached. So that's the scene for private banks. And lastly, it's India VIX. As I had mentioned last time, India VIX went up pretty far from the lows of pre-COVID levels. But this month, it failed to go beyond prior month's high and started coming down. That's a good sign. A lower VIX augurs well for bulls, and the markets will remain steady towards the upside. We hit this supply zone, came back, but still this is a bullish price action and trending up. Unless we go start trading below 16 and 15, don't think volatility has subsidized, gone down. It'll still probably move up. On the daily chart, maybe some more room for this. So once we might start trending down all the way to 14, 15, and that's when probably markets might again retest 17,800 on 17,900. So the more VIX comes down, the better it is for the bulls. The more it goes down, it's not that it's better for the bears, but the volatilities are high in that scenario. Then short-term income trades become very aggressive. So you maybe wait for higher time frames to go long or short. So ultimately, we might still test 21. So you have to be cautious, because this is also a drop-based rally demand zone we have coming in. And if you see today, price again went up. On the smaller time frame charts, we came down all the way here bottom, but it started coming down. So it's in all likelihood we might come below 15,000. That's when the markets will be at near to the all-time highs, where whatever long positions you have initiated when this market fell and this went up, you can start booking out or trailing. But if it continues to trade below 15, 14, then markets can still continue trending up. So every pullback will be a buy. So have a cautious approach. Don't think about too far. Take it day by day, or based on the areas of demand and supply where you're picking up or selling a stock. Trade accordingly. Do proper risk management since volatilities are high. Reduce your position size. Once volatilities are below 14.5, then you can start getting back to your normal position size. All right, so that's all we had for the other indices. Please go through this disclaimer. MarketWise Solutions LLP, which is a legal entity for learnpriceactiontrading.com, is not a SEBI registered entity, advisor, analyst. The session is purely for informational purpose to create awareness in the general public and does not constitute a recommendation or advice. All the views expressed are personal. MarketWise Solutions LLP does not bear any liability for the same. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you very much, and watch out for the next videos.